Hello everybody, my name's Anton, welcome to a brand new Let's Play series, an old world, a brand new game releasing on Epic Games Store, I believe, next week. Kind of like a cross between Civilization and Crusader Kings, so we're just going to jump into it straight away. Just so we preface it, this is still in alpha. I believe it's going to be coming on early access next week, so, things are still definitely within development. So we do have a handful of leaders we can choose here from. I have played like a handful of turns, and when I say a handful, I literally mean like six to 10 turns maybe, just to kind of have a basic idea of how the game would actually kind of flow. So who am I thinking about picking? Well, I think we are going to start off as, you know what? All cities sent bonuses from farms on rivers and quarries on rivers. You know what? They seem good enough. So Cleopatra, or not, you're not Cleopatra. You are Hatshepsut. We will go with you. I'm just going to keep everything basically just on normal. I don't want to mess with anything because unlike, say, Civilization, I at least have a basic understanding of how Civilization works. This is brand new. So, we'll just do whatever the game says is basic, default. As you can see down here, it does this constantly stay development build. So here we are in our little city. Apparently do just start on a river. I'm assuming that's because we chose Egypt and they get all their bonuses off of that. So, here's our princess. They are our heir. We don't have any other characters so far. Of course, we got the queen, and we have a single settler. So we're just going to build our settlement right away. There are a handful of families that we can choose from. We are going to go, I believe, for this guy right here, the sages, because they're going to give us extra production and extra science. And generally, I think with all these games, you really want to have a large science output. We're going to found this city, and now there's like a unique movement system within old world. Unlike Civilization, where each character has their own movement, here all the movement is combined. All the actions that your characters take are all down here at 7. We do get 18.1. It does seem like your cap is based on how many you get per turn, so you can essentially do 18 things every single turn. So for our scout, not right now it's 7. We have our scout here. Let's just, for example, normally, let's say if this was Civilization 6, 5, whatever one it would be, you can move to like this first area, and that would be it. That would be all you could do. So let's say we'd be able to move here. We spent our action, and that would have been the end of your turn. However, because we have these points down here, we can actually make this guy move significantly further than they would typically be able to go in any other kind of Civilization-esque game. We're going to go over to these ruins. Got some gold workers. We can add $100 to the treasury, 75 into our training, which is used to train military units, or 30 free science and a little bit of experience for our leader here. And you know what? Since it's still early, and I don't think we really need money for anything too much. We're getting 62 per turn, so this is only like a turn and a half of income. It's a decent amount of training rate. Like that's probably about almost 10 turns of training. We're going to go for the Study Craftsman, get our 30 science, which is about 3 turns worth, and a 20 experience. So we still have 5 more movement, and of course, what can we do? We can just keep on going this way. I'm not going to do that quite yet, because I don't know if I want to spend all my points just moving to Scout. We do have, of course, a worker. It looks like we get a Shrine of Ra here. Our Urban Lush Arid gives a little bit of... I don't remember what the blue is exactly. I think it's somewhere listed in here. It's your culture. Okay, so right now we have some growth, we have culture, and we have discontent. So of course, if this number gets too high, people are going to be pretty upset. Well, what we're going to do, first things first, we're just going to build a mine. Build it along the river, because that is where we're going to be getting our bonuses from. So as you can see, this is going to cost us 20 wood. We have 400 to begin with. It's going to take 3 turns, or years. I don't know why they're really called years, but years are turns. And by building it, it's going to cost us 1 action every turn by default. But we're going to get a bonus building it here, so we're going to build that anyway. So that is fantastic. Our warrior, I really think you're just going to kind of hang out in the capital. So you just kind of just stand there. Make next decision. Okay, so what do you want to research? The treasury, granary. It's 2 wood every month. But farms get a bonus to it, which is not, it's pretty good. Camp enables trappers. Lumber mills get a bonus, or get some range units, or we can just build a quarry. Is there anywhere around here we could actually do a quarry? I don't really believe so. So we're just going to go with administration for now. It's going to take us just next turn to be done. Pretty simple. And our scout, we might as well use all of our points. I don't think there's any reason to save them up. So there we go. We will end our first turn. And that's kind of, you know, the base of it. It seems interesting so far. We will get into, you know, some more mechanics, of course, as we continue on here. We have our tech tree. Unlike, you know, in Civilization, it doesn't go to the modern era. It really goes from, like, the early Bronze Age, I would say, to, like, the Iron Age. Military reform, economic reform. And I'm assuming these are kind of just similar to, the late game Civilization tech, where it's just kind of, you can do it over and over and over again. But where do we want to go? We can start going for, like, some phalanxes or navigation, which allows us to go for, some ships. Might not be a bad idea. Trapping, which do you unlock? Military drill. We do get apparently free settler if we get this tech. We need both of these to be done. You are rhetoric. Get an exploration law. I think we're going to go and let's just get stone cutting right now. Let's get all the early game techs. It's only going to take us 2 turns anyway, which is not too bad. So slavery or freedom. Egypt is in need of a decision regarding the labor force. Some in court support the system of slavery, while others wish to keep the freedom of virtue. So we have, you know, about 410 law points. We can spend those to change the laws. So slavery, which gives us 5 more actions every year, but all the cities are going to be getting 1 anger. Or we can choose freedom, which gives us a flat 2 science per city. So we need 5 extra turns. I mean, that sounds like it could be... Open the law screen. So there's actually a lot of stuff we can do here. I honestly think... I mean, 5 extra turns per year does sound pretty good. But that's going to be more useful once I have actually a large army. So I believe we can just kind of change these in the future. So we are going to go for freedom. We will pass this law. We're getting 15 science now, so it's going to definitely speed that up a little bit. We're going to get our scout. He's going to keep on exploring. We have a bunch of points here, so let's go this way. So what we can do, they do have like a certain amount of action they can do per turn. If we want to move in to take this shrine, it's going to cost us 2 turns, because it costs double when they're exhausted. Once they get rid of all 4 of these little dots, they're considered a fatigued unit. But we can force them to march. It is going to cost us 50 of our training rate and double the amount of actions. And I really don't think that's really worthwhile for now, for I think obvious reasons. And so we're going to get a settler done in 3 more turns. I don't think we found... Okay, there actually is another city site. Unlike in Civilization, you cannot build cities wherever you feel like. They have to be built on these specific locations. But I think that seems pretty good for a second city in the future. So I think you're kind of... Are you the only guy we have left to deal with? I believe so. So we will just end this turn. Tutorial navigation. Yes, we actually have found a different country all the way up to the north, because they are sending their own scout down to the south. Hopefully they don't forward settle us, but it's entirely possible they do. Nothing about the hulking Dirk Mound team is impressive at first. Not only do our troops explore the Asian desert hills, do they return with news. At a distance, the primitive ruins comprise a massive pattern. So what do we want to do with it? 80 gold, more experience, or 30 culture in the capital? Well, I think... Let's get the 30 culture, because I don't believe we were generating any by default. Can you move any more than this? You can. So far, we have not found anybody to our south. As soon as this second settler is done, we probably want to build another one. Oh, a marriage offer. Delegation from Persia arrives for a marriage proposal for Queen Hespech of the founder. So, we could get married. So you're going to get us 3 more turns per, no, 3 more points of law per turn. But everybody's going to be angry at us. Or, I mean, this only seems positive. Yeah, no, I mean, this one only seems to be good. We'll marry you. Persia, we now have, I assume, like, some sort of pseudo-alliance. So we have a husband, we have our heir, and eventually we're going to have, you know, ambassador, chancellor, spy master, a couple of other roles as we continue on. You've accepted a marriage proposal for a member of your family. Marriages are useful diplomatic tools for forming bonds with other families, tribes, and nations. They also allow your family to continue their line of with legitimate heirs who will be eligible to take over once your current ruler is gone. Yeah, nothing too special there. I think we still don't need you to do anything yet. We'll just end our year. Hopefully, you might want the ambassador, but he's very expensive. Let's go trapping. Just get all the cheap techs first. You know, open our options as much as we possibly can. So you have built your farm. We don't have husbandry yet. Where can I get horses? We need ironworking. Do we not have ironworking yet? I don't know actually why I'm not. Actually, are they just random? The ones that you choose? Yeah, it actually just might give you a random 4 ones to choose from. Okay. Fair enough. I guess we'll go with trapping then for now. So what are you? You want us to build some nets, build another farm, but you're way over there. And you are hills. So unfortunately, like the amount of farms we can really build, I think, are kind of limited. You know what? Yeah, you go over there. Maybe we can build the nets. It's gonna take us 3 years, but I think that's okay. Keep on exploring. You're getting, you know, some little bonuses from just exploring the world. Oh, on the moon, we've identified Scythian settlement in a nearby wilderness. 5 actions. I don't believe I need, like, I'm assuming it's just 5 actions now. We do get intelligence, which will give us +2 science. And you know what? Just getting me the extra science, I think is pretty good. In 23 turns, I'll upgrade to a higher level, but I think that's okay. We will not worry about them for the time being. Still don't need to do anything, at least not until the settler is done. We can't move there quite yet. How far can you move? We'll move you down towards the south. Have you guys just be stacked up. We still have a bunch of turns left over, but I don't believe we can really do... we can go a little bit further. Oh yeah, no, it's a different turn, right. We're now known as the Explorer. Fantastic. While exploring the remote stretches of the seashore, we discover a curious shell scattering across the shallows. 40 science. Gain Triumph in Wesset for $130. I don't know what Triumph means, so you know what? They will impress the world. There's really nothing to the south, huh? Like, nothing at all. So I believe what I want to do is I want to build another scout. He is going to take 4 turns, but no, that is fine. We're losing a little bit of iron per turn, but honestly, it's not that bad. Food is looking good. And we can also educate our heir. Courage, charisma, discipline, or wisdom. I honestly think science just generally is the best. Change to the explorer. Strive to reach an accomplishment. Prove your legitimacy. What is my legitimacy? I don't know, but I'm going to assume that it's good. Oh, so we have to get a 32 points. Okay, that's how the game ends. Fair enough. So we want to get a second city up soon. Apparently, Persia already has theirs. And a surprise piece of news, you receive an update from your heir. Academic scholars suspect her, and the other students compete to befriend her. Yeah, just give me, like, extra science. 19 science seems pretty good. I'm assuming if we go... Minor troops, we gotta be cautious towards us. Okay. Let's go to the city site. Let us found a new city. But if we pick, let's say, these guys again, everybody else is going to be upset, and we're going to lose some legitimacy. So you want to pick a different faction. And, I mean, this is on the river. Let's form a food city down here in Memphis. Yeah, that's a huge river. We'll kind of keep you guys down here. In Memphis, can I just build up a worker? Yes, it's going to take 2 turns. Nothing too bad. So Persia has a request. Good generation of people come together, generosity. So I can send them 140 wood in order for some more favor. I don't know. You know what? I will give them the wood for now. If they like me a little bit more, that would be nice. And my scout down here, we still want him to explore. So basically, we can harvest this. Too far away from Friendly City, so never mind. We cannot interpret. I'm guessing we're just exploring enough that we're getting a bunch of bonuses. Global +4 law points. 2 legitimacy or 65 science. You know what? I feel like overall just getting the bonuses here will pay off more in the long run. Okay, so I mean, I still have not discovered anything in the south. So I'm not too sure that's really benefiting us at all too much. Apparently people are a little bit upset here, though. So, what if we hold a festival? And do that before the scout. It's going to take us 4 turns, but maybe we can make the people in that city a little bit less upset with us existing. Ambition. You have a locked ability to choose an ambition. Ambitions are goals that your families would like for you to pursue. Completing them will grant you all of your descendants a permanent boost of orders. Probably let's go with control 4 cities. I feel like that's going to be a little bit easier for us to accomplish. I mean, I still have not found more city locations yet. Hopefully there's just more across this river. We did get the nets, which is giving us a tiny amount of luxury in these pearls. Build a mine. I want me to build a shrine. You know what? Let's build up a farm. How much is the farm going to cost? It gives +1. It gives us a little bit of barley. I'm sure that might be useful. At this point, this scout is like so far down to the south that... I mean, there's got to be somebody down here, right? Like, I don't think the map loops around. Definitely not north to south, at least. It might loop around, like, east to west. But definitely not north to south. Again, I think you're just kind of fine hanging out in Memphis. You don't really need to get too much done. Yes, we have 4 options to choose from. Can I pick option B? I don't think so. Like, we have to pick one of these 4. It's recommended we choose sovereignty. Well, if that's what you recommend for right now, I guess we'll take it. So we got another worker. Let's build up some farms. We got a lot of shrines, huh? We'll build a farm. The Great Migration. Gain 2 scouts? Yes, I would like to gain 2 scouts because I've been wanting to get as many scouts. Oh, that's probably the bottom of the map right there. But if it allows us... We did meet the Danes. If it allows us to explore a little bit more. We found the Gauls. And if it allows us to explore a little bit more. And also spend up all of these orders that I've had. Because I've been not hoarding them per se. Friend or foe? We meet a traveling artisan. He says that he's from the nation of Babylonia. Has already established a great civilization in distant land. I'll invite him to come to Egypt. There's Oh, we actually just like walked by Babylon. Okay. Met the Gauls. We met the Danes. So our 2 families are a little bit cautious towards us. Nebuchadnezzar, we have not met quite. Yeah, you're still cautious towards me. Like, I feel like we've been pretty friendly. Like, I don't know if I've done anything to make you upset, but sure. And Memphis needs a new thing. Basically, make no culture. Honestly, I think you just go for more workers right now. All the workers in the world. Yeah, so I think for right now, everybody's good. Like, we have a pretty weak military. There's not much I can do about that. Yeah, so you head all the way far to the north. Bunch of the stuff's already been harvested, which means there's going to be, like, slightly weaker. Oh, wait. There's a scout from Babylon. So I think we've officially have met him now, hopefully. No, not quite yet. Consumes 1. I can give him Pearl for 40 opinion every turn. I don't know what the cap is, though. We can store the Danish site, which makes them plus 40 opinion for 40 turns. A little bit of experience. Or I can steal stuff from it. And you know what? The Danes are so far away, I'm just going to steal their stuff. I think that seems like an okay place for me to start. And again, you just kind of hang out. And we'll end our turn here. We have our farm. We're still tied for second. There's like a ton of wonders, jeez. Requires hill, requires culture developing. 6? How much stone do I have? 880 stone. Lose the barley plus 50. The lighthouse. But these all require like strong cultures, which I don't. I only have weak cultures. If we go to this hill, you know what? Let's try to make the Oracle. Okay, so Babylon. I think have we officially met you now? Still no, not technically. But I'm sure in the future that will be okay. Is there more Danes here? Oh, the Danes have multiple tribe locations. Okay. I thought they might have only had one. Okay, so there's the edge of the map on this side. So it looks like it is actually just this square, I think. Maybe? I might have actually not having enough turns to get all these guys to do what I want them to. Yeah, and I still think you just hang out. Affairs of the people. After you spend watching you in court, your daughter wishes to participate in politics. She believes that years of study prepared her for the responsibility. So she immediately becomes corrupt. If I say she's above petty politics. Or you know what? We're going to make her honest, make us a little bit more money. And I think this is going to be a good time for us to end our first episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Ansem. If you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up. And not enjoy, you can always thumb down. You want to subscribe, and goodbye.